There's a point in your financial journey where things finally shift. Not because you suddenly earn more, not because life magically gets easier, but because you finally decide to protect yourself, instead of constantly rescuing yourself. For years, I lived month to month, surviving, scrambling, hoping nothing unexpected would happen. Because if it did, I had nothing. No buffer, no backup plan, no safety net. And that way of living, it slowly destroys you. This is the story of how I finally started building my first emergency buffer, why I'm aiming for $1,500, and how I'm building it slowly, $100 at a time. Most financial advice tells you to save 3 to 6 months of expenses. That's great. But let's be honest, if you're struggling to save even $20, those big goals feel completely out of reach. The truth is simple. Your first $1,000 to $1,500 is what changes your life. Not wealth, not investing, not big plans. Just a small buffer that stops the small things from becoming big disasters. Before this buffer, a single unexpected bill could knock me over. A flat tire, a doctor visit, a broken appliance, even a school payment I wasn't expecting. Back then, every little thing felt like a crisis, because I had no space, no breathing room. But the moment you start building this buffer, even slowly, your whole life starts to feel different. It's the first time money stops controlling you, and you start controlling your money. I didn't start building an emergency fund because things were going well. I started because things went wrong. There was a day when my son got sick, properly sick, and we had no money left at the end of the month. Not even enough for the doctor, and I had to borrow money from my parents. Again, the shame I felt that day. That feeling doesn't leave you quickly. I didn't grow up in a bad home. My parents worked hard. We had what we needed. But I made poor decisions. And in that moment, I felt like those decisions had come full circle. I thought to myself, I wanted something better for him. He deserves more than the mistakes I made. I looked at my wife, and she's incredibly supportive, and she agreed with me. Something needed to change. We couldn't keep living like this. That moment was the turning point. The moment where one day became now. I didn't start big. I didn't try to save $500 in a month. I didn't pretend I could suddenly become perfect with money. I started at $100 a month. And here's exactly how I'm doing it. 1. I save through a debit order. It comes off automatically before I can touch it, before I can convince myself this month is different. 2. It goes into a money market investment fund, not a normal savings account, not something linked to my everyday banking app. 3. It sits completely separate from everything else. No card, no quick withdrawals, no notifications reminding me it's there. 4. My goal is $1,500, not $10,000, not 6 months of expenses, not a giant number that intimidates me. A simple goal that protects my life. It will take me 15 months. And I'm okay with that, because for the first time in years, I'm building something real. Before I started saving this buffer, every month looked the same. Toward the end of the month, I had pennies left, sometimes literal dollars. I'm a social person, but I couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything, couldn't enjoy anything. And that's where the emotions started building. Anger at myself, hopelessness, helplessness. I checked my bank balance every day, hoping it wasn't as bad as I knew it was. It always was. I became short-tempered, moody, frustrated. My wife and I had several fights, not because we didn't love each other, but because stress changes people. Every day felt like a reminder that I had put us in this position. Budgeting didn't help, because what is there to budget when all your money is already gone? My version of budgeting became, Check the balance. Divide it by the days left in the month. Hope for the best. That isn't budgeting. That's survival. And survival is exhausting. Eventually, I had to face something I didn't want to admit. The problem wasn't the month, or the bills, or the expenses. The problem was me. My emotional spending, my quick treats, my takeaways, my hobbies, my spontaneous buys. All the little things I convinced myself I deserved. They were destroying me. When you finally admit that the enemy is your own behavior, everything becomes clear. And painful, but clear. That's when I started tracking every dollar, daily. Where it went, why it went, and whether it was necessary. That alone changed everything. Here's the simple 3-step plan that works, no matter where you are in life. Step 1. Pick your number. Most people choose $1,000. I chose $1,500 because that's what makes me feel safe. Step 2. Pick your monthly amount. $50, $75, $100. It doesn't matter. Consistency matters. Step 3. Separate it completely. One rule. If it's easy to access, you'll spend it. A separate account or a money market fund is perfect. Automate it. Ignore it. Let it build. Most people fail their emergency fund because of 4 mistakes. 1. Trying to save too aggressively. If you start too big, you'll fail. Start small and win. 2. Mixing emergency money with normal money. If you can see it, it's already spent. 3. Breaking the rules for non-emergencies. A craving, a sale, or a bad day is not an emergency. 4. Getting discouraged by slow progress. Slow progress is real progress. 15 months may sound long, but it's shorter than 15 years of living with financial anxiety. After just 2 months of saving $100, something shifted inside me. For the first time in years, I wasn't waiting for disaster. I wasn't scared of the unexpected. I wasn't living from crisis to crisis. My wife noticed it too. I was calmer, more present, more hopeful. Because building this fund isn't about the money, it's about confidence, control, peace, stability. For years, I felt like I was drowning under the weight of my own past mistakes. Now I finally feel like I'm swimming again, and that alone is worth every single dollar. Here's the part I want you to take seriously. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to earn more. You don't need a financial miracle. You need to start, even if it's $10, even if it's $20, even if it's tiny. Your first deposit is not about the amount. It's about becoming the kind of person who saves. And once I reach $1,500, my next goal is clear: pay off our expensive car debt. Because peace comes in steps, not leaps, and you can take your first step today. This journey isn't about getting rich quickly. It's about building the stability that gives you the power to grow. I'm building my emergency buffer slowly, $100 a month, and it's already changing my life. Start yours today. Your future self will thank you. I'm JP, and I'll see you in the next one.